Welcome to Perfection is Fake podcast.
Today is episode 7 and part 2, and our guest member is
Jonathan Rodriguez.
This month's topic is generosity. What role does generosity play in your life?
Generosity goes a lot through, I would say, life in general for me, since a lot of people help me or just being nice to me.
Mm-hmm.
I will also say generosity can help others in other ways.
That's definitely true. Do you have like specific moment where someone has been generous to you?
I have numerous moments where a lot of people have been nice to me. I would have to say the main moment would be when I lost. When I was young, I lost a cat, and it was hard for me to find it since my neighborhood was weird back then. But
you mean lost as in
I didn't.
Oh, so you said die.
No.
You picked the bucket.
I was like, what was your neighbor torturing you? Like, you're coming back? Okay, but continue.
But it was 2 weeks later until we found him back, so it was nice for him to keep looking.
That's nice.
Was he a stranger? Was prior to?
No, I knew him pretty well when I was little. He moved 2 years afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's nice.
Do you still keep in touch with him?
No, I sadly don't. He passed away recently.
Oh, that's really unfortunate.
How do you think it made him feel that you found your cat?
I would have to say it made him feel nice to do something good, because when a lot of people do something nice, I would say it's a good feeling. Or when you're done finishing the test and you did good.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he feels good, or that he was able to rest easy knowing that you?
Yeah, for sure. Because I was worried about him. I cried for 2 days about that cat.
Oh, y'all do have a lot of land too, looking for a cat.
It was when we were living in our old house.
Oh.
So we had a bunch of cats, but I had one specific. We had
favorites.
Was it the orange one?
No, that was when 4 years when we moved into our new house. But it was a tabby cat that I had.
What do you think inspired him to help you out?
I would have to say
He's on a mission, bro. You think you wrote a book about it?
I don't know what inspired him. I would just have to say maybe just him doing good stuff. Specifically inspired him? No.
Oh my god.
Bro just wanted to be nice.
Yeah, he's on the news. He actually went out and did help about his cat.
I just found it on my drive through.
I don't know. I found it. He had a color with letters on it.
Dang, y'all got questions? Come on.
Okay. Yeah.
I was gonna say, so I'm aware that you have siblings. Would you like to talk about, have you ever experienced generosity, or do you see generosity in it?
Sometimes it depends on. It depends on specific things that they're nice with. Because with my sister, she's normally not nice unless I return something for her, and she wants to repay a favor back, so such as buying me food. My brother, on the other hand, he's nice to me a lot, since he's helped me out. He's helped me out through a lot of things, financially mainly.
Oh, really?
That's nice.
Yeah.
See what that
No, can't speak negative.
Telepathy on.
Somewhat. What's that? Telepathy?
I heard Teletubby. I was just I
I know, I heard it wrong. Did he say it wrong or did I hear it wrong?
Telepathy on. Yeah, it's
Telepathy.
Yeah, but that doesn't sound
It doesn't. I can't say it either, so I'm not gonna correct you. But if it's not said right.
Telepathically?
Oh.
Telepathy. Y'all are talking telepathically.
So,
Okay.
what's the most things you've done for someone that you can think of?
I would have to say buying Juan food numerous times.
Don't even start, bro.
There we go.
Okay, what's the most generous thing that's low-key stayed with you?
I don't know. Off the top of my head, I don't know.
Just the cat thing.
Probably the cat thing and
Well, that was done to him. I'm saying what he
What
did.
what he-
Yeah.
what I probably done is
Have you like given answers on homework,
Mm.
like bought food, money,
No, hypothetical.
emotional?
Or like, here's the thing. How about someone? What about for a stranger? Have you done something for a stranger? That's not family.
not well recently, no, but I don't remember anything I've done for a stranger. It's only been like friends and family.
Okay.
But for friends and family, I'll have to say, I've helped out Zamir with his landscaping. And during summer, I would have to say, since his aunt is like really nice to me. And, but it's just small things that I've helped out around his house.
Okay. Have you ever done like a chore around the house without being asked?
No.
Oh.
We don't have an answer to that.
Well, that's that one counts as
Oh,
shit.
it's big for him. Nah.
Like you don't even have to speak on that.
Would you say you have a specific person in your life that portrays generosity more than others?
No. I don't really think anyone off the top of my head. I mean, everyone in the school is just in their own world, which is fine. Which is reasonable since a lot of things can happen. But I haven't found anyone that's like gone off their way to do something nice.
But you have a girlfriend?
Sorry, just the way you said that. You said that.
I'm so sorry. Like, it doesn't have to. I'm so sorry. No, that's
Daddy.
on me.
No, yeah, I do, but remember?
Alright.
Alright.
So, do you have like a teacher who displays generosity?
A teacher specifically, I would have to say Mr. G. Since a lot of times he's helped me out through things that weren't simple.
Is that like academics or like?
Academics and some personal things. But he sometimes always makes like a way for me to help either myself or just
Just gave you like advice.
advice. Cause
He's
in class I was not the best student. I was always talkative. With Zamir, and me and him always get in trouble. But he always like let us have our little conversations because he knows that me and him are always talkative.
That's great. Never let us.
He has favorite classes. He said
He does have favorite classes.
He told us he's like, y'all are my favorite class. I don't like my third period. We were it wasn't his third period. It was another class, but he has favorites.
It's because there's some periods
Like
that
Mr. Roy's class, he had favorites too. He would always swear to our class that he'd be like, nah, I like y'all's class. Don't listen to what people say, but literally everybody else is saying that he hated our class.
Yeah, no, they have favorites. At least he does.
But I feel like he said that jokingly.
That'd be for you want me to name out the people that was in our class?
right.
I was gonna say, I feel like Mr. G in some sort of way has helped majority of the sophomores or juniors. Like, he's very involved.
Oh yeah.
Mainly like some other classes because I remember I wasn't doing good in chemistry, and he said, you know what, you could just focus on that while you could catch up on my class later.
Yeah, he even bought a periodic table to like put on the wall because people were struggling so much this year. And he's like, if you want to study, there's the table because people were like memorizing it.
And also like last year during the TRFs, and we barely did them, but whenever we did, most people had chemistry questions, and he didn't like really know how to help because he didn't really know chemistry. So.
Or he's just good to vent to. Like his advice is like.
His advice is
amazing.
really.
Yeah.
Sometimes you also just need somebody just to
To
listen.
tell.
I don't know, and it's harder than when we took it.
What do you mean?
Is it?
Chemistry, yeah, it's a lot harder. Because when we took it, I didn't even have to study.
I forgot a lot of things.
I'd
in
much
chemistry.
rather retake biology with
I
Mr.
would-
A
yeah.
than
Like 3
chemistry
times
was-
and.
What I have to say is your teaching method though.
Yeah, no, I like Ms. Walker, but the class
This
is
one
not
made
easy.
me cry.
Really?
I cried like 5 times in a class movie. Daniel was there for my breakdowns. I was just like, I'm saying things.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
So real.
I was like, it's fine.
I never understood.
Never, not
I-
to say.
When you think you're understanding, she moves on, and that's all.
She would
Yeah.
like she would like teach or whatever, and we'd get to the test, and then I'd look at the test, and I'd know I'm screwed. I'd finish the test, and I'm just like,
Or you feel
I just walk out of the
confident
class
about
like
it and you
this.
fail it.
No, I know I got that.
I think I'm the minority here. I love chemistry.
No.
Get out.
See, the thing with chemistry is that she teaches really fast, and
Yeah.
I was working on my Khan Academy the other day, and the guy, he talks really slow because he has this thick accent, and I understood what he was talking about, but I didn't understand what she was talking about because she speaks so fast.
She's a nice person in general.
She's
It's
so
just
sweet,
it's
yeah.
just her teaching methods.
Oh yeah, like
Especially, and I feel like it's
What?
because I feel like we got used to Mr. A's teaching style. Because
That is
whenever we
true.
were with him, I mean, we were behind like 7 units.
Oh,
Because he was
yeah.
going
Mr. A
in
goes
depth
fast.
with everything.
Yeah.
And he was like taking his time. Like if someone was confused and they said something, he would like focus on what they're confused about and just like go back through everything.
it's Mr. A
So-
said this, yeah, like
Yeah.
he'll get sidetracked or something, but he's a good teacher.
Yeah, and he won't move on if someone's
Yeah,
confused.
if someone doesn't understand.
So-
From Ms. Walker, she'll move on.
Yeah.
If you don't.
Because I remember whenever we took like our star, we were only on chapter 8 or chapter 10, and there, like he was saying that Legacy and Tyler High were up to chapter 18. Something.
Yeah, there was.
We were like behind, but I mean,
He told us that last year. He's like, we were so behind last year, so I had to run through everything really quickly.
yeah. But I mean, it helped out though. You know,
Yeah.
it was better. You know, because people would actually understand.
And, but we still had higher test scores.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm down, buddy.
I was gonna say, I know that for Mr. Silva, he'll do that, but he'll so like for this year, so like if we take the test tomorrow, right, and like he gets the scorings, or people who take his test tomorrow get the scorings and stuff. Next year he'll see what questions were less on, and then he'll
And
focus
he-
on
yeah,
that.
he'll focus on that.
Yeah.
That's what he do. So he does
Cause
it kind of like next year.
Yeah, that's what he does with us. You know, y'all's grades last year were. You know.
I wasn't in biology last year.
Oh yeah, you're still.
His class was.
We talk about I was doing good in that
But
class.
yeah, it's like
it was
a
the 90
huge
percentile.
difference
Oh,
from
yeah.
last year's student.
Well, y'all were
Also with
better.
English.
Really?
A lot better.
Oh,
Like
okay.
last year, y'all would have like on average like 5 or 6 people that like fill the test, and
That
for
would
us
be
it's like if there's like one.
I was trying my best, chat. I was like 99s.
What class is this?
Biology.
College?
I kid you not, that was probably the majority of our friend group because they would not study. Like our
No,
whole friend group the day before the test, they'd get their lunch during study. And we're like, oh, y'all are not cooked. Because they would ask a question, they'd be like, and it'd be like the simplest questions.
I think my lowest grade on test in that class was 86.
Okay.
Must be nice.
Yeah, he studied. But our friend, yeah, it was.
I swear I was like biology, like what's going on in there, and then I did the year. Almost a 9.
A little louder. I didn't quite get that one.
Yeah,
Never mind, guys.
Respect.
yeah.
Never mind.
Well, back on topic. We got a little sidetracked. But,
Generosity, guys. Okay.
yeah, generosity.
Does that make you feel good when you like do like generous acts feel good?
Normally, yeah, but there's some things that I wish
Have you
that
ever done something and someone's like made you be like, "Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that"?
yeah, there's some things that people have taken like my generosity for advantage.
Oh, shit,
Do you
okay.
feel like nowadays people do that a lot? They take advantage of people's generosity.
A lot of people, yeah, because with homework especially, a lot of people don't do work and they always end up like asking if they could do like an assignment for them or an essay.
Or do you ever feel like what's it called? Someone does something for you, but they expect something back?
Yeah, a lot of people do.
Like it's back
And do you think that's generosity?
No, that's more like pain, like a being in debt to them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's just like doing. That's not doing a favor. It's just.
Yeah,
that's true.
It's like a trade-off.
yeah.
Hmm.
But
It's like credit.
That kind of sucks
Like
when
a
like
credit card.
you do something nice for someone and like they
it's hard
Other way
to.
around.
yeah, I was thinking about that, but you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
you do something nice,
It's
or they do something nice and they expect something back.
especially since our grade is the most competitive.
Oh.
with grades especially, because there's a lot of students that are trying to be like
First.
be
Have
first.
you ever came across a friend who like used you to like as a stepping stool to
Yeah.
get their placement?
It was I took it well normally, but obviously I stopped talking to him because he wasn't really my friend. More like just like asking for food and asking for answers. But when I asked for a thing, he never had anything.
Yeah. Sometimes you
I
have
get
those
that.
friends, especially in school, where they're like in the class, the back of the class, scrolling on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then they tap your shoulder like, hey, so what's the answer? It's like, well,
You were on your phone the whole time.
yeah, it's
you
like no
know?
one's gonna want to help you if you're like, you want to be like kind, you want to be like generous, but you can't because like they've sat there the entire time on their phone.
Yeah, so now you
scrolling
can
on
try.
Instagram. Yeah, it's like if you try, it's different, but if you
Yeah.
don't, no one's wanting, well, no one's willing to want to help you.
Yeah,
But
and it's also different. Like if instead of just asking for the answers, they ask for help. Cause
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would prefer if someone asked for help, but mainly I ask for help instead of asking for answers because I'd rather learn it because of the tests that we normally get.
Yeah, understand.
Like in
the process.
geometry, when I ask Daniel for help.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like in algebra 2, when he would ask me for help. And also take my snacks. That sounded pretty familiar.
Okay. I paid you back though.
Oh,
Oh, that wasn't generosity, it was on here.
Yeah,
He was
it was more like a trade on there.
I was gonna
I
say.
don't remember that part.
Really?
I was gonna say I do know the difference between like my friends. So like for example, I've seen it to where someone will be like, "Hey Daniel, can you help me study this? I don't get it." So it's like, "Can you explain it to me?" He's like, "Yeah, for sure." And then like his response is different because then someone else, like one of our friends, would be like, "Hey, what did you get? Just pass the answers." He would be like, "No." Like especially if that person was like on their phone or something. We had a friend who like they usually just don't do their work, and then they went to Daniel and was like, "Hey, like, what did y'all do? Like, can you inform me? Let me know everything. And like, can I have the answers?" And Daniel was like, "No." And like, he was straight up with them. And sometimes that does cause problems though, because then that person's like, "Oh, you're not a good friend."
I know, they start talking bad. It's like, why? You're not even
Like,
trying.
Or when like
Yeah.
you're getting an assignment and the first thing they do is pull out their phone to take a picture of it.
Yeah.
I know this one kid that like probably shouldn't say that, but like you don't even try. Sometimes people don't even try. They just like it could just be like adding like two numbers together and they won't try. They'll still
I know. And then they'll get mad at you when you don't give them that
And it's
answer.
like,
Like,
They're like, you're fake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
someone snatched my paper from me today once I had like done my work and I was like, I was sleeping. They snatched it under me. I was sleeping on the paper after I was done and I was like, hey, you ask if you can have the paper
Yeah, and then I say,
before you take.
Yes, because I noticed some people are just like some people are needy.
some people have no
They're
shame.
demanding.
Some people have no shame.
Yeah, some people have no
It's
shame.
like you
a
just.
lot of people.
Yeah.
And then I can't imagine how it is with their grade level. It's very competitive because I've seen how competitive y'all's grade level can be. Like there are some good competitors, but then there's also some people who are just like, in a way that like snakes. Where I can see they're being nice to someone for like what they want, and once they get it, they leave.
Just,
What's convenient for them.
Yeah.
There are some people that just don't try but are really smart.
Yes, we have.
There's a
couple
lot of
in our
people
grade
that are
level.
like that.
Yeah.
I have to try.
It's not like that.
I mean, it's okay to try, Not everyone's like born smart. What?
Laughing at him.
You're laughing at me, not with me.
Oh. It's okay. Don't worry.
Do you ever feel like you've committed to something for someone else without even realizing what you're committing to?
No. I have a boundary that if I have to commit to it, someone else has to commit to it. It's me.
Okay.
I don't want to commit just for them to like leech off of me.
I like that. So you're not wholeheartedly in until you know like the full plan kind of thing?
No. I mean, if I see that the person is struggling and he's having a hard time, I'll ask, I'll tell him, I have the answers if you want them, and obviously, but if he asks for help, then obviously I'm gonna help him because
Yeah.
that just makes me feel like, hey, like saying, hey, I'm not trying to like get the answers, more like learn from you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Have you ever done something for someone and like charged them?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
They're like mainly essays that a lot of people
Okay, that's fair.
don't do.
That's fair though.
Okay.
I'm not talking about you, but
No,
I thought about
that's not what I'm referring to.
I thought about the other day, thing because I was writing a 3-page essay, and I was like, people pay other people to do these because like they're long, especially when you don't know what to talk about, they're long. And like, when do they have time to do all that for money?
Everyone has their own reasons for like paying to do essays. Some just don't have the time.
Mm-hmm.
Some don't want to do it,
Mm-hmm.
and just some. There's always a same reason with them.
Yeah, but I mean, it was just like my thought was just that like the person who is doing it, it's time consuming. Like it's time consuming for them. I would imagine they have work too.
Especially if you have like a lot of customers per se.
Yeah, like you have like 3 essays due by like midnight. Like,
Shout out to my girl Carmen though. She's in our grade level. She got hustled for Miss Butterfield used to do Avid, so she did vocabulary.
The vocabulary.com.
Oh my gosh, she would like
$5.
$5 a lesson, right? But you take maybe like 5 minutes to do those if you're good at them and you memorize them. Because by then, if you're doing like
if
5
you're doing a
people
bunch of
different
people's,
assignments,
you'll
you just know the
memorize
answers.
it.
Yeah.
So you go through them quicker, and she like got a lot of money through that, so she could get some concert tickets to go to see someone.
That's great.
And
That's-
she even had like extra money too. And she stopped afterwards because she was like, it is time consuming.
Yeah.
You're giving me ideas.
And then a lot of people were like, here.
That's what I should do.
And I was like, dang, crazy. Like I remember someone, because Daniel go through them pretty easy, and I don't want to say who, but someone was like, I'll pay you to do mine right now. Finish all of them right
And it's
now.
like the same thing for a class for Miss Tucker's. She has like kind of like that, but it's like active classrooms.
Mhm.
And like it's just like it's not hard. It's just time consuming.
It's
and people
tedious.
don't want to do it, you know, because
It's a lot of things to do in that class for like they're really easy. It's just too many questions.
This
To
doesn't sound like generosity, more some cheating if you ask me. Like an
Well, you
underground empire.
gain a friend.
and you gain money.
Yeah, that's two good things right
Friend and
there.
money is crazy.
Sounds like a good friendship.
Sounds like that's somewhere in money to me.
well, you have to be friends with them because like they could rat you out that you just cheated on your work.
Yeah, that's
But
what
then they'd be
That's a
random.
friend.
They-
Right?
yeah,
They
oh.
have to be your friend after that. So.
You know, if you're mean to me, remember.
Yeah,
That's the
exactly.
best of your essay.
Yeah,
Remember
just
that.
like that. Just like
Matter of fact, I got you.
They
Next,
make
next one's free.
They make a presentation.
I was talking about that earlier with him. I was like, when like talking about cheating in classes, I was like, one reason like in chemistry I couldn't ever do that because or how I thought of it was because like I would want to look over the work and make sure it's right because you know when you write something down and then like the teacher looks at you like you're dumb because it's wrong. And then at that point just do it yourself if you're looking over the work. And then well, if you don't know it, then you're gonna kind of look dumb if you're writing something down. That photo math gave you that the teacher didn't teach you. And now y'all are both
And you don't
idiots.
know how to explain
Yeah,
it.
and now you just now you're just caught.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
it's hard to do that because there are some teachers that do
Look
that
over
a
it.
lot.
yeah, they like write back on your paper. What's that?
Or like
Would you
explain
really-
the process of
Yeah.
how you got there.
And you can't because you cheated. So if you're gonna look over it, just do it.
Yeah.
It's like an underground empire.
Okay.
Have you ever done someone for something that you regretted? Out of like a friendship kind of thing.
Like, have you done something generous for someone and then like you regret that you did it? For them?
Or you feel bad.
I think you said that wrong.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did say
You
that.
said
The word.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't think so. There were some times where I helped, and I don't feel regret. More like it's more like sometimes this is a trade off. Sometimes it's out of generosity,
Mm-hmm.
and I would have to say one. I would say Albert. Sometimes we're like study buddies in some of our classes. When I'm not there, and he tells me what happens in history or what happens in environmental, and it's more like helping each other out. So we kind of formed like a bit of a trade-off, but more helpful towards each other.
What would you say generosity to be like? What would, if you had to put a definition to it, what would it be?
Going out of your way to do something that helps one another.
So do you think that's physical?
It could be physical or mental. Physical could be like doing work for one another, or mental could be like listening and or helping with someone's mental health, even when it's not asked. Because I know there's some people that don't ask for help through mental health, but yet they need it, and they always have like a friend that knows what's going on.
Someone they lean on.
Yeah.
It's nice to be a person people can come to talk to about those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not easy for people.
Do you think the way people give or like people are generous can like show what they value?
I would have to say yeah, because there's some people that value grades a lot more than others.
Mm-hmm.
Like some people value grades over friendship, and so they'll do more stuff.
I would have to say a bit on that. I did come across a couple people in middle school, but in high school it's more like is started more like as a trade off now.
Like some
Yeah.
people would have money over grades, so you
Yeah.
could do something for them instead of having to pay them. You know?
Or people build friendships based on like what's convenient for them, like grade wise.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that is build friendships
Sometimes-
just to ask for answers.
I don't think that's generosity.
I think though, like sometimes that could be like, it could be bad, but it could also be good. Like if you have a friend and y'all work well together, that's a good friendship. It's not like a trade off. But while like if you're making friends with someone and like they're like really smart and you're just using over answers, well that's a trade off, Well, it's like the other one you're studying with and you're
Yeah.
learning together. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. That reminds me. I was gonna say that reminds me of what Daniel said. I unfortunately have come across someone who like cared about their grades more than they cared about their friendship, and I mistook it as like their niceness for generosity because they would always be like, "Oh, how are you feeling? Oh, are you okay? Like, oh, what's going on?" If it was like I was tired and like my eyes were a little like sleepy, then they would assume like something was wrong or And I was like, "Oh, they really care." And then like I noticed like right after they were done asking me how I was mentally, they'd be like, "So was the test for so and so's class hard?" And
It's
I was
just
like,
a way of like masking what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
small talk before they ask. what
and
they-
I would be like, oh, okay. And before I knew it, I was like helping them to study what they needed help with. And they'd always be like, "Thanks, you're the best." And they'd always be like, "If you need anything, just let me know." And I'd be like, oh. And it made me feel like, I don't know,
Used.
conflicted. Yeah, used, but like conflicted because I was like, well, do they care? And then they also just want help with their grades, or do they just want help with their grades, or did they run out of something to talk with? Like I don't like to automatically assume like I'll
The
give
worst.
you multiple choice like chances
Yeah.
to prove me.
I would have preferred if they asked, "Hey, sorry to bother you. Can you tell me what happened on the test or something? And
Yeah.
could you help me study for it?"
Being real, like straight
Yeah.
up, instead of like
Masking
you
it.
said, masking it kind of hurts because it's like I'm over here thinking you're ready to comfort me. Like, well, what if one day I am down and I decide to open up to you and you close it off with, "So what was on so and so's test?" I'd be like, dang.
Yeah, it's a brutal way to end that conversation. If you're
Yeah.
like struggling, then they're like, okay, so what was on the test?
Yeah.
Now I know you don't care. So. Also, people are more inclined. Well, not people, but like, I know personally that like I'm more inclined to make friends with someone who is prioritizing the same things I am. Like,
Yeah.
not necessarily like grades, but like in like work. But I have friends where like all they do is like talk in class, and I have friends that all they do is like listen in class. It's like I have a different friendship with both of them, and it's not because like like we're both benefiting from our friendship. With like my friend who like all she wants to talk about are like grades, classes. It's like like we're each other's reminder. And then I have my friend who like just likes to talk and we'll talk during class.
And
And then there you kind of have someone to listen to you.
It's not kind of like using them. It's more so like y'all can lean on each other. Y'all are both gaining something from each other. It's not one sided. It's not like one person's just like yapping your ear off and you're not,
Mhm.
or you're distracting them. It does depend like what you're looking for in a friend.
yeah,
Yeah. Both friendships are different.
there are a lot of people that would. There's some people that get game, but I would have to say there are some people that just are there for like the memories and instead of grades or wise, and there's just some people that just want to get by.
Yeah.
Do you think people's experiences influences the way that you give, the way that they're generous?
A lot, yeah. Because there's some people's experience with. I would have to say some can be good or bad depending how you encounter them.
Mhm.
Specifically, them being like them only asking for answers. That would just put me a hateful feeling towards them. Just like why are you talking to me? I know you're only here for the answers.
Yeah.
And then there's some that like are genuinely asking for help or just genuinely trying to do good on their test. But just don't want to still be your friend, basically.
Yeah. Or people who don't do generous things because they've never received like, the same
Yeah.
affection back. And they're like scared to do it because no one does it for them. They don't believe like that they should do it. Well, we're gonna end up wrap this podcast up. Do you have any advice you would like to share?
I would have to say, people who are trying to be generous to others, be mindful who you're being generous and try not to be taken advantage.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty solid advice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us on episode 7, part 3 of the Pork Vacation Big podcast. Make sure to tune in next Friday for episode 7, part 4.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.